You've got to be spirit, and in order to be spirit, you need to come from the depths of your heart, the realms, the reigns of your heart, the inner truth in the depth of your heart. The commandments, God's relationship should be within your heart. And this comes by humbling yourself. It doesn't come by making, I'm going to read my way, I'm going to do this, I'm going to use my own mind, I'm going to exalt myself and puff out my chest and fly around in the sky with no foundation. You see, this is what it is. This is what people are doing. Yeah, I'm going to do a word study. Word study? Jesus is the Word of God. How are you going to study? How are you going to study Him? What, is it an experiment now? You see, you have to humble yourself, my friends. You've got to humble yourself and go to Him, broken and contrite. See, don't be prideful and boastful and arrogant. These are all idols. These are all things that blind you. So, my friends, watch out. Don't have a place and a nation in the world. So what does it mean not to have a place and a nation in the world? It simply means that you put God's kingdom above everything else. What is this kingdom? This kingdom is spirit. You see, the builder and maker, Hebrews 11, is not man. You become a stranger and a pilgrim in this world. You see, you don't seek your identity from this world. You don't go around flashing your bloodline. My ancestors were king so and so or whatever. You see, you don't do all that like people were talking about. We be Abraham's seed. You see, he was talking about Abraham's seed because they were descendant in the physical blood. My friend, that physical blood won't inherit nothing. It doesn't matter what you claim, where you from, what bloodline you are. The world may work that way, the kingdoms of the world and the nations of the world, but the kingdom of God exalts the servants, my friends, the servants. The least are the judges over the highest issues. Jesus became the least in order to come into this world. He became the least because this is what pleases God. You see, imagine the angels that fell. They probably never wanted to humble themselves to come and serve the least. See, we are not great. We are not some kind of, we should not be boasting around and being prideful, you know, that I am something, I'm this and that. We are nothing. You see, we should not start seeing ourselves. If we start looking at ourselves, we're going to fall. You see, humility, meekness, be humble, broken-hearted. Don't be strong-minded in worldly things. Be strong-minded in godly things. That means you got to be strong-minded in humility. You see, the humble are the ones that are exalted by God. The valleys are made high and the mountains are made low. You see. So, my friends, don't go around trying to figure out God with a carnal mind, because you're going to end up rejecting Jesus Christ, and you're going to end up accepting something else. You can't do it. You've got to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. It's got to be alive. It's got to be living. You see, people have a stronger relationship with animals, for crying out loud. I see people talking to you know what I mean? And at least it's alive. I mean, the dog doesn't talk back. You know, if it could, maybe there would be some other stories to tell. But I'm just saying that, you know, it's funny to me that people have relationships, you know, with all manner of other things, but they can't have a relationship with God. You see, they don't want to open their hearts. What is it? You see, what do we want? You see, what do we want? This is the question. Then we should not be calling ourselves Christians. We should not be calling ourselves people that follow after Jesus Christ. You see, we should call ourselves other things. You see, we're building physical buildings like the Pharisees. You see, we're claiming physical bloodlines like them. You see, we're looking for physical nations and states. We don't want to be kicked out of our place in the world. You see, what else? What else is left? We go around wearing nice clothes and driving fancy things so that people can look at oh, God must have blessed that person because he has such things. Then the one who is really of God, we look down on them. See, the ones who tell the truth, you persecute them. You go after them with such a religious frenzy. You see? What is all this stuff? How can you trust in people who don't know you? They don't want to know. It says, how can you love God whom you don't see if you can't love your neighbor whom you see? How can you love somebody if you don't care for them? How can you care for somebody if you don't know them? How do you know somebody? My friends, to know somebody, you need to spend time with them. You need to see who they are in secret. You need to see how they react to tough situations. Do they really believe in Jesus Christ? Do they follow His commandments? When push comes to shove, what are they doing? You see, this is how you know people. You don't just know of people. That's what they want. In these churches, we just know of each other. Then in secret, we do all manner of abomination. Then come back and we're all blessed. The pastor is hiding something. The congregations are hiding things. Everything is okay so long we exchange some credit card information. You see? Everything is alright so long you're telling me what I want to hear. Otherwise, if I don't like you, pastor, I'll find another one. Just like if I go to the doctor and he doesn't give me the medicine I want because I need it, you see, then I'll go to another doctor who's gonna give me that stuff. You see? What is this stuff, man? And then the doctors are following scripts in order to sell things. You see? So it's the same thing because these church people are doing this. And then all these other splinter movements that come out, they follow the same system. My friends, in order to follow Jesus Christ, you just need to close your eyes, man. Get away from all this stuff. Go spend time with Jesus Christ. You see? That's what you have to do. You've got to be honest with Him. You can't approach Him in a manner in which, this corporate manner, in which you've been told you're something that you're not. This is what they do in the corporate mentality. They tell you you're a star when you're a nobody. And then because you paid for it on credit in many cases, you think you believe the lies that they're telling you. Hey, my friend, in order to go and play basketball and become a star, you need to go and play and do what these guys are doing before you can even approach to say anything. You didn't buy the book and attend the seminar and then you became it. This is what they're telling you. They're feeding you lies. That you can sit on your backside in front of a screen and go study this and do this and that, and then everything is going to work out. It's not going to work out like that, my friends. You see, they're telling you things like, well, you know, who are you to judge, and what everybody is sinning. My friends, we've got to be honest with ourselves. You know, if you want to master something, you can master it. You need Jesus' help, of course. You can overcome nothing without Him. But you gotta go to Him, man. You gotta want to overcome these kind of things. See, you gotta want to do what Jesus wants you to. You've gotta be in His presence all the time. When you're in heaven, would you rather be away from God or with God? Because if you would rather be away from God, then why do you want to go to heaven? You see? Because you're trying to create heaven on earth. You love the world more, and the kingdoms of the world, and the luxuries and recognitions, accolades, and you're gonna go into a seminary, you're gonna go here and wear this robe, and somebody's gonna give you a certificate and tell you you're this, and this, when you know nothing. You have no relationship. It's like somebody studying my relationship with a good friend of mine. You see? They got a study from the outside. Oh yeah, this is what this guy does when he's with so and so. That's what they does. But that means they don't have a relationship with me or with my friend. And they're standing on the outside. So when push comes to shove, I don't know them and they don't know me. They just know of me. The time when I met people in real life, they heard about me. They come to me then. And they say, hey, I heard about you, blah, 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 so and so. Oh, yeah, I know so and so. My friends, how hard is that? You cannot read your way into this, searching the scriptures, and that's like the Pharisees and the Sanhedrin said, well, there is no prophet coming out of Nazareth. My friends, they never understood Jesus. They never wanted to know Him, where He came from, what happened with His parents, how they moved, what happened. You see, they never knew anything. They judged from outward appearance of things. See, my friends, you must not be like that. Why did they become like that? Because they wanted the world, and the world judges by outward appearance. They wanted the treasures of the world, money and riches and fame and good life in this world, and all these other kinds of things. I'm not saying that God can't give you, whatever. He can give you whatever He wants, but it will never be about that thing then. It will be about your God. It will be about Jesus Christ and the Spirit of God. All these other things become foolishness. You see, my friends, so let's not follow this way of trying to cut and paste your way into the kingdom of heaven. It's not going to work. You see, we have to get our identity by spending time in the presence of Jesus and receiving from Him, and then being obedient, learning to keep His commandments and trying our best. This is not self-righteousness, I'm telling you, my friend. I make mistakes myself, but your heart, you want to please Jesus. You see, this is all that matters, and then you follow through with your actions. See, you don't just sit down and say, I'm saved by grace. See, so my friends, don't be Pharisees, please.